just keep getting my ass kicked. And I need my ass wiped.
Yeah.
I have the same problem in reality, dude.
Oh, yeah?
I just
Wiping
keep
your
getting
ass?
my ass kicked. I take a shit. 5 strong men come into my bathroom and beat the shit out of me. It's not what I was wanting. I wanted my ass wiped by these 3 strong men. You know?
Why do you have 3 strong men?
Like,
No reason.
hold this side, the other one wipes.
They're just my friends that I just keep my ass.
One gets each cheek,
Yeah.
and then the other one gets the angle of the tank.
Yeah.
Pry it open.
Because I got an ass of steel, you know?
Yeah.
It takes 3. It takes 3 to wipe.
3 men.
3 strong men.
Imagine just... Never mind. I actually don't want to.
I would love to imagine what you're
being,
imagining.
like being drawn and cornered, except people are grabbing your ass cheeks and just pulling them apart until it rips. I wonder how it would rip. Would it rip from the asshole or would it rip from like the top of the cheek?
Surely your asshole
From
just-
what do they call it? The gooch.
Ah, dude, the gooch would be like the worst place for it to rip first.
Well, there are like those ancient medieval torture devices where it's basically like they sit you on a spike. And then like the spike just forces its way up into your asshole.
Was that Pythagoras' horse? I think is what they called it.
I don't know, man.
It was just like a fucking like bladed triangle, and then
Yeah.
they would sit you on top of it to go in between your gooch and your ass crack, and then they'd put weights on each of your
Yeah.
feet, and then it would slowly sink in and split you
my
in two.
God, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, dude, the medieval
was
time was fucking horrible.
Crazy, bro.
You know all those fucking neckbeards that are like, I was born in the wrong century. I wish I could go back to wicker baskets and believing in a fucking blood god.
There was like a method of like Japanese or Chinese torture. I don't know which one it was, where they like force you down on a bed or some shit, and then they like let water drip in between your eyebrows.
Oh, so this is Chinese water torture.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one with like bamboo too?
What does that
Yeah.
They
do?
lay you down and have bamboo.
That
go
was
through
that
you?
was the Japanese used that I think as torture in World War II.
Yeah, because apparently
is-
it grows that
what
fast.
is the
Yeah,
water
it does.
do?
It just makes you go fucking
It makes you
crazy.
go crazy. It's psychological because
Yeah.
the water
That's
keeps
fucked.
dripping on you, and it'll drip on you like they'll set it so that the drip is unpredictable.
Oh,
So you like have
Yeah.
no control. You're
You
tied
have no
down.
control.
It's
You're
like-
tied down. It's just
How long
random.
would that take as well?
it's like you can't
Few
go to
hours or some
sleep
shit, right?
because it's constantly keeping you awake.
that's fucked.
It pools into your eyes, all that shit.
Who
But-
came up with that idea though? When they're sitting there trying to like cut people apart, he's like, "All right, guys, hear me out. I'm gonna drip water on this guy's head. It's gonna drive him insane."
true. Yeah, people really are sadistic.
That
Just,
would
as
be
just
fuck.
a wise old Chinese man like, violence is not the answer.
Be water.
Be water, my friend. Bruce Lee.
It's like some
Yeah.
avatar
Yeah, he's
you
an
know,
avatar
punishment
shit.
Fucking waterbender.
discipline test or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, how fucked up is it that like throughout history humans have constantly been brainstorming like the most most creative ways to inflict pain and misery on one
it's
another.
like that fucking idiot that made the what was it called? The brass bull. So
What is that?
it was this giant, like I think it was brass. It was bronze. I think it was a bronze bull. It was this giant bronze statue of a bull, and like a cow with horns, and the fucking the inside was hollow, and the guy had designed the nose of the bull to go into the big chamber. And so when people they would take who they wanted to torture and they'd throw them in the bull, and then they would light a fire underneath it and then burn you alive inside the bull, and your screams would echo through the internal chamber and go out the nose and make it sound like the bull is mooing. And
Jesus Christ.
the guy, yeah, like like through the nose of the giant bull.
It's so fucked
And the
up.
guy who designed that pitched it, I believe it was to like the emperor at the time or something, the ruler.
It's a
And-
fucked episode of Shark Tank
Yeah,
right
and-
there.
and-
All right, guys,
and-
here's my invention.
And the emperor was like, yeah. Well, show me how it works. Like, what, you just get in here, and then the guy was like, yeah, you just climb inside. He was like, well, demonstrate. How does it work? And so the guy opens it up. The guy who made it climbs inside. The fucking emperor closes it behind him, lights it on fire, and then got his test.
Oh my God, that's so fucked
Yeah,
up.
so he killed him with his own creation.
Damn.
that is misery.
Yep. Well, the guy did it to himself. fucking asshole. That's what he deserved.
I guess.
Fuck it, you
Maybe
know.
he was just creatively misplaced. but
Yeah, maybe he was like, yeah, like I'm more of like an artist.
I
Like,
think it was summer project. I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's cooler than just like the boring medieval ages shit where they just tie you upside down on like a tree stump and just saw you in half. So
boring,
yeah,
Fuck, people are so morbid.
yeah, dude. Like people are all fucky. I used to go to medieval times
Just in the past.
No, well, it's you know what medieval times is, right?
No, I'll be right back. I'm just going to medieval times real quick.
You know what that is, though, right? It's like a restaurant thing in America. It's like a giant. It's almost like a stadium, like arena thing, where you sit around like a giant, like a giant. I forget what it's called. It's kind of like an arena. It's like a pit filled with sand or whatever, and you basically watch a show of people pretending to be knights.
I've been to one of those.
I've seen this on The Simpsons.
Yeah, and then they would pretend to fight each other to have a tournament. You'd be a part of a house. You'd have someone to root for. You sit there like you drink mead or ale, and then you
get like a big ass chicken leg.
Yeah, giant chicken leg. So it's like supposed to be like it's a fun, authentic little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go outside, there's like a gift shop with a bunch of shit, and then there's also like a area which was a hallway that they called like the torture chamber or something like that. You walk in, and it's just historical depictions of medieval age torture devices.
Jesus,
so it showed like shackles. It showed like reimaginings of what they would think like how shit would work, like thumb screws and all sorts of
thumb screw.
It's a screw that goes onto your thumb, and then you screw it, and a little nail goes right through the top of your thumb all the way down into your bone. And
Dude,
it was
torture
poggers.
fucks
It was
me up. I hate
absolutely
torture.
pog. Yeah,
Two kinds of people.
Absolutely.
It was fine. That shit destroyed. That gave me nightmares for like years after. I was really young when I went in there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
I
remember.
don't know. Waterboarding by today's standards, is it really that bad?
Waterboarding's still fucked though.
It is.
You're just drowning them without drowning them.
Yeah, you're giving the illusion that they're drowning, which is still pretty bad. But it's not a thumb screw. So I could give a round of applause for like the 21st century.
Progressive.
It's progress. It's progress in torture.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more humane. I'll stop applauding.
Yeah, you probably should. Probably should not applaud torture. It's not really that poggers, is it, Kobe?
No.
It's Maka W, isn't it?
A little bit.
Definitely.
All your listeners are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
It's a bit weird, champ.
Spread love, not hate.
Stop.
This is torture.
Yeah, this is torture.
Yeah.
Yeah.